Nobody prepares you for what caregiving actually is. You know it's going to be hard. You know it's going to take time. What you don't know, what nobody tells you, is how completely it takes over, how the person you were before gradually gets harder to find. How the things you used to care about, the ways you used to spend your time, the sense of who you are outside of this role, all of it quietly recedes until one day you realize you can't quite locate it anymore. Today, I'm building the system that helps you hold on to yourself while you hold everything else together. Welcome back. Thursday, Lecture Day. I'm Debbie. This week has been about caregiving and identity, what AI can do for the person who is doing the caring, not just the person being cared for. Sunday gave you 4 practical prompts. Tuesday gave you the caregiver breathing room method. Offload system, yours. Today I'm building the complete Personal Caregiver AI System. 5 components that together handle the practical weight of caregiving while protecting the person underneath the role. And I want to be honest, these won't solve caregiving, but they might make it feel a little less like you're carrying it alone. All 5 prompts are in the description below and in today's Substack post at aipuppyplaybook.com. Component 1 is the Care Coordination Hub, the central system for keeping everyone who is involved in the care informed and aligned. Most caregiving situations involve more people than the primary caregiver. Family members near and far, medical teams, neighbors who check in, friends who want to help but don't know how. The Coordination Hub uses AI to create and maintain the communication layer, updates, requests for help, scheduling, family emails, so that the caregiver is not manually managing every relationship every week on top of everything else. Component 2 is the medical intelligence layer, the AI-assisted system for understanding, organizing, and navigating the medical information that surrounds most caregiving situations. Caregivers often become de facto medical interpreters, translating diagnoses, medications, test results, and medical recommendations into something they and their family can understand and act on. This component uses AI to do that translation work, prepare for appointments, formulate the right questions, and maintain a medical record that anyone who needs to step in can actually use. Component 3 is one that most caregivers don't think of as something AI can help with: the boundary system. Caregiving often expands to fill all available space unless someone actively manages where it stops. This component uses AI to help caregivers think through and communicate what they can and cannot sustain, what help they actually need and from whom, and how to have the conversations with family members and others that caregiving almost always requires but rarely gets done well. Component 4 is the emergency readiness system, and this one matters for a reason caregivers don't always acknowledge. What happens if something happens to the caregiver? Most caregiving situations are built entirely around one person who holds all the information, makes all the decisions, and keeps everything running. If that person has a health emergency, goes into the hospital, or simply needs to step away for any reason, the entire system can collapse. Component 4 builds the documentation and backup planning that means the caregiving can continue even if you can't. Component 5 is the one I saved for last because it's the one that's hardest to take seriously when you're in the middle of caregiving: the identity anchor system, the practice of staying connected to who you are outside the role, not as a luxury, not as something to do when things settle down, as a regular, deliberate, non-negotiable part of your week. Because the research is clear and the experience of caregivers confirms it, the ones who stay most connected to themselves are the ones who can sustain caregiving the longest and who recover most fully when it ends. You cannot pour from an empty cup, but more than that, you deserve to be a person, not just a caregiver. Here is the complete Personal Caregiver AI System. Component 1, the Care Coordination Hub. Everyone informed, one update. Component 2, the Medical Intelligence Layer. Understand it, document it, navigate it. Component 3, the Caregiver Boundary System. What you can actually sustain. Component 4, the Emergency Readiness System. What happens if something happens to you? Component 5, the Identity Anchor System. You are a person, not just a caregiver. All 5 prompts are in the description below and in today's Substack post at aipuppyplaybook.com, along with the full week of caregiver content. If you want to work through any of this alongside a community of people doing the same thing, that's what the AI Puppy Playbook community is for. Transparency note. This video was made with AI assistance. Some links may be affiliate links. I only share what I use myself. Drop a comment before you go. Which of the 5 components would help most in your specific situation right now? I read everyone. Subscribe for new lessons every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Share this with a caregiver, not with advice attached. Just share it and let them decide if it's for them. Come back Saturday on Substack for the week in review. Keep training your AI puppy. And remember, the person you were before caregiving started is still in there. We're just going to make a little more room for them.